It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic, magic, magic. Okay, finished now.
Sorry this took so bloody long.
Greetings fellow fans of film and fiction, yes I'm back, and this time it's bigger than ever. You know why? Because I'm doing a live review of Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix. I'm going to be watching it and reviewing it as I go. I've got celebrity guest reviewer, special guest celebrity, Alex Day! Alex Day! You know, off of music and shit! He'll be joining us at the end of this video. This is definitely all real, and definitely not me just being really skanky and just using videos he sent me in response for me buying his single. Shut up, it counts! Right, my lunch is cooking and it's going to be done in about 3 minutes, so I really need to hurry up with talking about Goblet of Fire so I can get this shit going. We're gonna recap. What? So Harry and Edward land in the middle of the graveyard and they find there that Peter Pettigrew is bringing Voldemort back to life, and he needs Harry Potter's blood to do it. That's right, the whole Portkey, the whole Triwizard Tournament was a front for someone back at Hogwarts trying to get Harry to get to the end, get the cup first, that sends him to this graveyard so that they could use his blood to bring Voldemort back to life. Also, they killed Edward. Shut up! We don't have time for this! Voldemort comes back! He gets resurrected using some of Harry's blood. Then they have a duel. Voldemort shoots Avada Kedavra and Harry shoots Expelliarmus, and the spells meet in the middle and fuse and crackle. This is because their wands use phoenix feathers from the same phoenix. So it means that Voldemort can't use a wand against Harry. I really don't have very much time. Harry escapes with Edward's dead body by grabbing onto the Portkey again, going back to Hogwarts, where he finds that Mad-Eye Moody isn't Mad-Eye Moody. Naughty Dr. David Tennant Man has been using Polyjuice Potion to make himself look like Mad-Eye Moody all year, and engineering it so that he'd give Harry advantages in the, challenge things. Because he wanted him to win so he'd get to the Portkey first. They hold a memorial service for Edward, and Dumbledore goes public about the fact that Voldemort's back. The world has changed, but in what way? Let us find out by watching the next one. Right, I'm gonna go get my food. Live review time. Yay! It's gonna take so fucking long to edit. And play. This is exciting, isn't it? Chinese. My rice is like really dry. I don't know why. I did everything it said in the instructions. I even like, after I stirred it, I took a breath and like let myself calm down because it said that you had to stir and recover. Wap, 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 wap. Right, brilliant. Dudley's here with his gang. What is he wearing?
Swan deserved it.
His clothes are actually shiny! Harry's got his wand out and he's pointing at Dudley to like zap Dudley with, and all his mates are just like, nah! Which you would be. Someone just points a stick at one of you.
Dudley, let's go.
Right, shit's going down now. Harry's all breathy. And it's a Dementor! And he's wearing Converses! Dudley's fucking off and slipping on ice. What? Why did he need to do that whole like leg flip up in the air thing? Because it's funny watching people fall over. Sort of ruins the tension of the moment a bit. Dementor's sucking out Harry's life while Dudley's like on the floor having just done a pratfall. Fuck yes, he expecto Patronum that Dementor. These Dementors look a lot better. They're more like Silent Hilly. They're creepier looking. Rather than like hoods, it's like a thing pulling back on their face. I'm probably talking really loudly. This is quite loud. I can't really hear how loud I'm talking. Maybe I'm talking too quietly. Now there is an old Indian woman! The windows are open. Harry's just got a letter telling him that he's expelled from Hogwarts, right? Now, is that meant to make us think that he's not going to Hogwarts? So, I mean, if you're watching this film, you've probably seen trailers, at least posters, or the DVD cover. So you've seen him in uniform. I'll point out now, I'm going to watch this whole thing, this whole film, so there will be spoilers. Prawn toast! So, Mad-Eye Moody and some others have brought Harry to 12 Grimmauld Place, which is their headquarters for their thing called the Order of the Phoenix. See? Title of the film. Clever. Although it really should have been called Harry Potter and Dumbledore's Army. Whatever, but it should. So I like that it had that sort of big bangish opening with the Dementors, that's cool. It was like, what, 2 minutes in that it all started kicking off? It's a good thing. I love this bit. When Molly talks to Harry just when he's first gets into Grimmauld Place. She sends him upstairs and then just gives him this look while he's walking up.
Straight upstairs, first door on the left. Yeah.
It really brings home that, dude, the world's in a bad place. This person who's always so happy is not happy. It's fucking ridiculous. He just walked into his room and then Hermione ran and hugged him. And it's like sort of done like a sort of shock moment.
Harry!
It's retarded. That was not necessary. Oh, Hermione's here. Hermione looks lovely. I mean, right, taking this off, it's gonna keep playing. At what stage am I allowed to say that Hermione's good looking? It's the 5th film, she's like, the actress is what, 18? Is it weird that, I mean, everyone knows it. Everyone knows that she's good looking now. Should I wait for the next one? Thing is, she started to get a bit better looking earlier on, and this is where I'm worried because it's gonna sound weird. I was like, what, 10, 11 years old when Prisoner of Azkaban came out, right? That's when I noticed that she was getting good looking, okay? And that's fine, because I was like 3 or 4 years younger than her then, so it wasn't weird. But now looking back, knowing that I thought she was good looking then, am I allowed to admit that, or is that weird in and of itself? I'm not a paedophile. I think we should leave this awkwardness behind us. Friend Georgia, actually funny now. I like that. So Fudge, who's the Minister of Magic, doesn't believe that Voldemort's back. Is my head weird? That's made it weirder. Not gonna lie, it's sort of dying down in terms of pace. Arthur's taking Harry to his hearing at the Ministry of Magic, and the music's really cool here. Finally, there's some music in the series that wasn't just written for the first film, that's pretty good. Happy with the music. Music gets a thumbs up. So Dumbledore's turned up at this hearing, and he's like saving Harry's ass. Which sort of begs the question, what was the point of this whole 20 minutes? It's just really obviously just a device to show off the Ministry and to show that Dumbledore isn't looking at Harry or paying any attention to Harry. Oh, and the cow of a woman, Dolores Umbridge, who's not a very nice person, and is supporting, like, not allowing Harry back into school. Probably because of the things we've been saying about Voldemort. Okay, now they're just going over the same ground again. Just hurry up, okay? We get it. God, it's hot in here. It's really hot in here. Something happened now, please. Oh, God. Sirius just disguised himself as a dog because he's an animagus. And Moody just said to him,
Are you barking mad?
there's this student in the year below, her name's Luna Lovegood, and she is a bit weird. This whole section, why not laugh out loud funny, when they first all meet. So awkward, and really well done awkwardness. The fact that the film could achieve that sort of level of subtlety, it's a step up. Right, so Umbridge now, that woman from before, now that they're at Hogwarts, she's the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, because it changes every year, you know, because they always end up to be evil, or werewolves, or Kenneth Branagh. God, she's horrible. This is so brilliant. She's just that really horribly polite but snide Nurse Ratched! She's Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Okay, so this is meant to be set in like the early 90s, right? Why is Boys Will Be Boys by the Ordinary Boys playing in the common room? Probably, don't worry about it, magic. It's magic. Harry is all angsty. He just shouted at Ron. That's not nice. I like this, okay? It makes sense. Because, like, Daniel Radcliffe's quite robotic, I think, is a nice way of putting it. They've taken away elements of his personality, just brought him down into this kind of dickish guy. It actually works quite well, though, because he's, like, cutting himself off, which means that the cold, emotionless thing can work with his, like, lack of acting. Like, Ron and Hermione having this little back and forth about her doing Ron's homework for him. I like these little moments. All the way through, there are little, like, subtle moments of character development.
I'll do the introduction, that's all.
Hermione, you're honestly the most wonderful person I've ever met. If I'm ever rude to you again...
I'll know you've gone back to normal.
It seems like more of a real close friendship than you actually get from any of the films thus far. You kind of get that, yeah, they're supposed to be friends, but you're not actually shown close moments between the two. And although it's not like a tender, sweet moment, you get an idea of how this relationship works. And then it gets ruined a bit by Harry being all down. It's a bit of a downer in this film, Harry. It's a lot more, like, emotional. You do feel for Harry in this one, rather than just laughing at his acting. You actually care that he's getting left out. Is that my dog barking? This bit is brilliant. With McGonagall and Umbridge having this sort of power struggle on the stairs, with them walking up one past another. It's proper effective.
The one thing I will not stand for is disloyalty.
Disloyalty.
Oh, it's... Ooh. I like this film. I like it. Even though it's really slow. You know what my sister said about this? She's got a problem with this. The way that they change from scene to scene using the Daily Prophet. It's a very different direction to the other films up to now. I actually don't have a problem with this. I don't see why it's an issue. Snape just whacked Ron in the head. I love Snape, although he hasn't done enough yet. Right, I've got an issue with this. They've just started to sort out Dumbledore. The end of the last film, Goblet, he was really back to his proper self. But right now, with Professor Trelawney, she's getting chucked out of the school. and he's just shouting.
But you all have studying to do.
You had it. It was in your hand. It got away. Dumbledore doesn't shout. I love that Hermione leads the charge. Like, let's break the rules. Let's do something. I love that. She was not brilliant in the films up to now. She's kind of annoying. Now she's doing something awesome. She's just a better character now. And no, not just because she's good looking. Not that I think she's good looking. Did we settle that? They're going against Umbridge and starting their own society to defend themselves, called Dumbledore's Army. Which is why it should be called Harry Potter and Dumbledore's Army. It's only a year later, and Harry's already moving on Edward's girl, Cho-Chang. Cha-Chang. God. Again, it's another montage already. For this one, though, this is all about them doing awesome stuff at Dumbledore's Army. Although Neville just got his wand out and whispered, surely that should have made something happen. Harry's really getting into these meetings. I'm actually really happy for him that he's throwing himself into it, and he's got something to make himself more positive and practical. It's good.
Expelliarmus!
Boom! That was just Expelliarmus. That's lovely. Neville's not incompetent. They're meeting in this place called the Room of Requirement. And the idea of it is that whatever you need, it will have in there. And so he's just standing with Cho, the girl he likes, and Mistletoe's just come right above them. Do we need that level of cheesiness? And now they're getting off. Yeah. It's weird that you don't really care about Harry and Cho. I think that should have been built up a bit more, rather than have something that Harry doesn't really know that he cares about. It would have been nicer for her to be a bigger part of his life beforehand, so you care more about what happens. I mean, like this conversation that Harry, Ron and Hermione have directly afterwards, it's like, boom, you know what their relationship is. Boom, character development. More of that with Cho would have done.
One person couldn't feel all that. It'd explode.
Just because you've got the emotional range of a teaspoon.
It's just a little quabble, just a little squabble, quarrel. It's just a little quarrel. Voldemort is getting into Harry's head throughout this film, right? And he's just having a conversation with Dumbledore, and Dumbledore won't look at him, and he has this massive spack out where he goes,
Look at me!
it's amazing. This one, I will truly say, completely, is darker. Not in a plot way, in a character way. He's getting more and more evil. Harry is. Dark. I think you know that it's a dark Harry Potter film when Hagrid has a kind of dark moment.
There's a storm coming, Harry. We'd all best be ready when she does.
I think it's really great that they gave him that. It does the same thing that the Molly Weasley moment had at the start. You get an idea of how desperate things are by seeing these normally okay-ish people becoming a lot more scared. You care more about seemingly insignificant characters. Go Neville, but don't go the pacing. Nothing is happening in this film. How could it be that nothing is happening in this film? Like, it's going so slowly. It's based on a book 766 pages long, right? Surely, bringing that down to a film's length just means that things should be happening all the time. No! Nothing is happening! And yet I'm really into it. I'm aware that it's slow, but there's this brilliant scene happening right now with all the different members of Dumbledore's army shooting out Patronuses, and it's great. And the CGI is amazing. Just how I imagined the Patronuses to be when I was reading the books. But come on, things happen, please.